You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, fuel prices rising once again. A private healthcare facility expanding. Aja Kwan is live in studio with details. And a public school teacher is on administrative leave. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for joining in. Topping the news, fuel prices are rising around the world, and uptick is impacting the Bahamas as well. Here in Grand Bahama, prices are nearing an all-time high, with even more increases expected in the weeks ahead. Tonight, Jay Philippe talks to the local focal executive about the soaring cost of fuel.
Gas has increased from $6.05 to $6.36, which is a 31-cent increase. Now, we spoke to Stephen Adderley, General Manager of Focal, who explains why the increase now and what customers can expect in the foreseeable future.
We'll be in this for at least the foreseeable future, at least the next couple of months for sure. And on the upward trend right now. So we know for sure that we have a shipment coming in that's going to be more expensive than what we have out of the stations now.
Heading to the gas pumps is often a painful experience for motorists. Now, consumers all over Grand Bahama are aware that gasoline prices are high, but a few are aware of what determines these rates. Focal's General Manager Stephen Adderley explains.
There's a little shortage of supply, and supply in economics, you have low supply, high demand, prices go up. So ever since the pandemic, the demand had gone down, and now we're starting to come out of the pandemic, or moving a little further along, and it's the supply side hasn't caught up with the demand side. So hopefully, very soon, the two will meet and we'll get back to some more normal pricing.
Adderley adds that the prices are expected to trend upwards for a while, and no indication of it dropping anytime soon.
The refineries, they got to push out more product and get more fill the market with more product, and it'll come back down. What goes up does come down eventually.
According to Adderley, there are many variables that determine fuel prices, including taxes, refining costs, transportation, and profit, just to name a few.
Just based on what we pay for it, and we just mark it up. We mark up gas by 33 cents from what we pay for it, and the service stations mark up by 54 cents, and it's just a simple formula. So the service station guy is making less than 10% off of what he's paying for it. So that makes it difficult to pay for your inventory, because you got to pay a lot to keep stock in there, and you're getting a small return on it. So that's another tough one for the independent service station operators.
Now, on a positive note, Adderley assures that there is no shortage of gas on the island.
We're in pretty good shape. We're in pretty good shape with our supplies.
With the hurricane season fast approaching, Adderley is also urging residents to take the necessary steps in securing gas in the event of emergencies. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Jay Philippe.
Well, thanks, Jay. A big investment in the healthcare system here on Grand Bahama. This development taking place in the private sector, as the new Sunrise Medical Center Hospital has announced plans to expand its services to meet the healthcare needs in the Grand Bahama community. Aja Kwan joins us live in studio with the details. Aja?
Good evening, Ramiko, and good evening, Bahamas. Bigger and better is the mood of staff at the new Sunrise Medical Center Hospital Complex as they are expanding their structure and services for their patients. Ramiko, they are indeed a hospital, as you can see. X-ray, mammography, a theater where they conduct surgeries, and an emergency area. The team took us on a full tour of their facilities, so the expansion is definitely one to see. The almost $500,000 service expansion includes 3 specific areas: heart, cancer, and kidney care. Administrator at the private hospital, Joan Ambrister, says they chose to focus on these areas because they are the most pressing health issues in the Bahamas at this time.
Coming right on your heels is the new dialysis at Sunrise. We also plan to have cardiology clinics we will be starting for the first time at Sunrise Medical Center a cancer clinic with full spectrum of services to include clinic, consults, surgical oncology services, chemotherapy treatment, and here at the Sunrise Medical, and access to radiation therapy, treatment via our sister clinic in Nassau.
Ambrister adds that Sunrise Medical decided to make the investment because they believe this is the opportune time as they anticipate growth in the Grand Bahama economy.
The expansion was put on hold, as you know, 9/11 happened, and then all of the hurricanes, which then brought an economic downturn to the city. We thought the time was right now, as all of this other economic expansion is happening, that the time was right to now move with that new service.
Raquel Butler, surgical technician, expressing excitement for the additional services as it will allow them to offer a wide array of care to the public.
We are a private facility, but we will be able to accommodate public patients. I imagine they will put something in place that they will be able to afford the service because not a lot of these services are available for persons here on the island. They have to travel to Nassau to have dialysis and all this kind of stuff to be done. So what we'd like to do is sort of save persons from that. They'll be able to have it done here.
And they are also providing job opportunities.
Nurses, if you're out there, you just graduated, of course, send us out your resume as soon as possible. We need nurses for the dialysis center. We need nurses for walk-in clinic and urgent care services.
We're looking for persons that would love to join this profession. It's very rewarding. I've been in it now for 31 years. I can't see myself doing anything else because this is where I want to be.
Ramiko, the date of completion for the physical expansion has not been released, but what I can tell you is that the services will be coming very soon. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant. Back to you.
Thanks, Aja. Great report. Well, in other news, a public school teacher placed on administrative leave after it was reported that he allegedly requested nude photos from a female student. We spoke to the principal of the school who confirmed the allegations.
Well, on Friday, a staff member reported that a student would have made a complaint to her.
An 11th grade female student of the 8 Mile Rock High School reporting to a staff member of the school that a male teacher allegedly sent her inappropriate messages. Principal Chester Cooper says he has spoken to the child's father and the matter was reported to the Ministry of Education.
You know, the Ministry of Education has strict protocols in place when it comes to the conduct of staff members with students and vice versa. Additionally, there are protocols that govern how these investigations also have to be conducted in the event of a complaint. So immediately I was told that I contacted the superintendent to inform him, and I also informed the guidance department, and we met with the student. Also that we can recall social services, and we turned over the case to them. So they are now basically investigating the matter.
When our ZNS News team visited the school, we were told that the student is in class, but the teacher, who is also a member of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, was placed on administrative leave. Now, we also received reports that other students came forward with similar allegations, but Cooper says that is not true.
To date, no student has come to the office to make a formal complaint, no. However, I must say, though, if they do come, then definitely it will be dealt with. I want to say to all of our students, as we always tell them, at this school as well as any other school, if there are any adults who is having anything inappropriate, whether it's conversation or actions, that they must definitely report it, because it is not acceptable.
Now, this is not the first report of misconduct reported against a teacher at the 8 Mile Rock School. We reached out to the Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson for a comment, but she declined, stating that she will allow the investigations to take place. The teacher in question has been employed at the institution for over 10 years. Principal Cooper says as they are preparing for end-of-year examinations, this is certainly not the way they want to end the academic year. Meanwhile, a Freeport resident found himself in police custody accused of housebreaking and stealing. Officers from the Eastern Division making the arrest around 9:30 yesterday morning. A quantity of suspected stolen items were recovered at an apartment on Sergeant Major Road. An assortment of tools were also found in a bushy area at Manowar Circle. Investigations are continuing. Well, 2 females were arrested over in Bimini yesterday on the charges of possession of dangerous drugs and possession of drugs with the intent to supply. Reports say the alleged drugs were found in a black duffel bag hidden in a hole in a home on Portal Royal, South Bimini. Police say the suspected marijuana carried a street value of some $5,000. Meanwhile, police need your help locating Chad Hector Roll of number 49A Gilbert Crest in Freeport, who is wanted by police. Officers of the Southwestern Division Police would like to question him on the charge of stealing. Roll, 28, has dark brown complexion, dark brown eyes, slim build, stands 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighs 102 pounds. Anyone spotting him should contact 919, the National Crime Prevention Office, 302-8430 or 352-1919. An island-wide crusade kicks off tomorrow. We will tell you more about that when we come back.
Come on down. Come on down. Now.
The Free National Movement presents a Mother's Day Gospel Extravaganza May 29th at the Bishop Michael Eldon Auditorium. How great is our God? Get your tickets today.
On Saturdays, it's old school karaoke at the Deep Edge Restaurant and Bar. Take the mic and enjoy classics from the 70s to the 90s.
Hi, I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Alive brings to you the iPhone 12 64 gigs for $249 when you switch to Alive postpaid. Alive, believe in best. Catch the Father's Day sale at Esquire June 16th through 18th with up to 20% off and get a chance to win a trip on board Margaritaville at Sea. Happy Father's Day from Esquire.
Four Sisters Fabric and Fashion has been in the community of Freeport for the past almost 6 years now. We're getting ready to celebrate our anniversary, and we specialize in fabric for all occasions, for funerals, weddings, banquets, pageants, whatever the occasion. We have the fancy laces that people would use for those elegant occasions. We have poplin, we have podo swore, we have cotton, we also have capri, all type fabric. And for the ladies' apparel, we have the elegant dresses, we have casual dresses for all occasions. We have floral arrangements for all occasions. We're located in the LMR Mini Mall. Our hours are from 9 to 5:30 from Monday to Saturday, and we're closed on Sunday. And you can contact us at 441-2038. See you soon.
You feel like you want to cry. Text the dab. Girl, I just love on me, you connect like a Wi-Fi.
People, text the dabs in the building, Palmers.
We're taking it to a different level.
We up all night.
Text the dab. Live in concert.
Saturday, June 4, Labor Day weekend at the Gombe Park. Be sure to catch the early bird tickets. General admission, $20. VIP, $40. Platinum, $70. Early bird tickets go on sale Friday, May 13th at Fluid Factory on Queens Highway. It's Dexter Dabs live in concert. Crowd Control, Passport Gang. Rough Roots in Jiggy Fire.
DJ Future, are you mad?
Book your table or skybox before May 26th. Get a $50 gift certificate at Fluid Factory. To book packages, call 727-3224, 602-7751, or 814-0343. That's Dexter Dabs live in concert at Gombe Park International Bazaar.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Christian community here on Grand Bahama will come together this Friday, May 27th, for an island-wide crusade. President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Kenneth Lewis, says the event will bring together church leaders and members from all denominations.
It's a celebration, it's worship, thanking God for his providence that has seen us through 2 significant crises. And they would be Dorian and COVID-19, which doesn't seem to want to leave us. And despite the fact that we've seen a contraction in our economy, we've seen businesses close, we've seen people lose their jobs, we've seen people struggle to make ends meet, we can see God's hand at work. We can see improvement on our island. We see Grand Bahama coming back. And so this is an opportunity to restore hope. This is an opportunity to give God thanks for all that he's done, for his grace, for his mercy that he's extended to us here on Grand Bahama.
Now, coordinator of the event, Pastor Nelson Bain, says this is the 2nd year for the annual event, and he's inviting residents to attend the service nearest to them.
We believe God is the answer for Grand Bahama. We certainly believe that he is the way, the truth, and the life. And so I'm inviting all of you, on behalf of our president and the council members, to come and be a part of this great move in our community. We have services that will be held in East End, High Rock. We have services that will be held in Freeport proper, in the Coral Road area, in the Gardenville area. We have service that will be held right in the heart of Freeport City, in the First Baptist community area, and we also have service in West Grand Bahama, in 8 Mile Rock. We have service in Pindus Point, and we have service in Carvel Beach.
Now, the island-wide outreach takes place this Friday, May 27th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. In other news, a Grand Bahama woman is stressing tonight the message that domestic abuse is not okay. In an effort to bring about awareness to the issue, Siobhan Munnings is hosting a 3-night conference on domestic violence at First Holiness Church in the back of town community.
It all got started by my sister. I lost my sister 17 years ago as a result of domestic violence. And I vowed to use her memory as long as God is blessing me with life and strength and sound mind, that I will continue to go forward with her memory, that I can somehow make a difference in other people's lives. I just want them to know that domestic violence, it is real and you can die as a result. Tonight we have Pastor Beckles, Charmaine Russell, we have the psychologists, we have the pastors. You know, we try to get it from the message from different angles, you know, like persons who were taught, persons who lived it, and persons who bring it from the Word of God, you know, because that's what will sustain us, the Word of God.
Now, she says the event will wrap up on Saturday with a free feeding for about 300 persons.
I want you to come out tonight, be blessed, you know, tell a friend, bring a friend, whoever. You may know somebody that looks sad and don't want to talk about it. Just see if you can get them there, and we just somehow see if we can invade their minds without touching them, you know. But once they can hear it, they will know what to do with the word. On Saturday, it's right on the same grounds as First Holiness grounds at 2 to 5. And bring your kids. We have the bouncing castle. They can get some hot dogs. It's hot. We got snow cones, we got popcorn, cotton candy, and we got dinners for the adults, fish, chicken. Just bring your empty belly, and we'll do our best to feed you. And we have some drinks also to go with their meals.
Well, a contemporary comedic production is coming to the stage on Grand Bahama. Stingray Productions is getting ready to present Portia and the Prophet, a play written by Darian Spence, who once starred in Gippy's Kingdom. According to Spence, the play is designed for family entertainment.
Well, definitely with Portia and the Prophet, you're going to see some things that you never thought you would see on a Bahamian stage. We will take some chances and we'll shock the audience. We want everyone to come to this play, Asha. This is not just a church play. This is a play for everyone. And I am a contemporary writer. Of course, I go to church, but when I'm writing for everyone.
Spence says their goal is to groom the younger generation for the future of theater and creative writing. Rihanna Roll, assistant junior manager, and Tiffany, the lead in the play, all share their excitement about the production.
I'm really excited about working with the staff and Mr. Spence, and he's one of the best Bahamian writers that I've seen so far, and I'm very excited to be working with him this summer, helping me write my own play. You can expect comedy, dramatic, a lot of dramatic scenes. You can expect romance and just a lot from this play. It's how do I put this in words? It's something that the entire family can enjoy.
I'm like super stoked and excited. The last show that I did would have been in 2018 or 19, which was Sister Act, right before Dorian. So to experience stage play again, and then under the patronage of Mr. Darian Spence, it's exciting.
Now, Portia and the Prophet is set to hit the stage this weekend on May 27th and 28th at Kingdom Worship Center International. Your Thursday evening sports check is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. Well, in baseball, Chavez Young is back in the lineup for his minor league baseball team. But let's begin with basketball right here in the North. Team Bahamas Under-15 Junior National Basketball Team is preparing for the Central Basket Tournament in Puerto Rico, June 16th through the 23rd. Coach Quentin Hall is tasked with selecting the top 12 players in the country to represent the 242.
We seem to be solid in 5 positions that we have here on the island. And in Nassau, next week, Labor Day weekend, is where our little first combat will come down. And I just hope out of that, those scrimmages next week, we come to some type of solution on who the final 12 will be. But Labor Day weekend is very important for the junior national team heading into Puerto Rico mid-June.
The top 3 finishers from the tournament will move on to the Tournament of Americas round.
The last time we have done it was the last time with the U16s that was our first time ever qualifying for Tournament of Americas, and hopefully we can repeat that in these difficult times with BJCs and BGCSEs and kids having to be in school. So this is a real trying time for the boys, which is first out of the gate.
Coach Hall is expected to make the trip with coaching staff that includes Kevin Clark and Coach Danico Bowles. From the courts to the diamond, 24-year-old Chavez Young continues to work his way back from an early season injury with the Blue Jays Single-A Florida State League. Most recently, Young had a perfect day at the plate, going 3 of 3 with his first home run of the season in the Blue Jays 4-0 win over Daytona Tortugas in Daytona, Florida. On the year, Young has 6 hits, 4 runs, and 2 RBIs on 24 at bats. And finally, in sports, scores from the West Grand Bahama Basketball League in Pinedale, 8 Mile Rock. In the under-15 play, Zorbas defeated Kamala Boys 21-15. Also controlled Chemicals took down Fair Play 16-10. In the under-18 division, Prescription Parlor edged out Starter Specialists 25-23, while Express took care of business against Grand Central 34-22. In the open men's division, Spartan Builders got the win against Pierre Developers 26-24, and Team Powerade got the W versus Island Builders 26-23. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
For designer shoes, sandals, accessories, and handbags, visit Steppin' Out. Now at 2 locations, Old Sam's Plaza, Freeport, and Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, Nassau. Steppin' Out. When you want to put your best foot forward.
At Pizza Hut, we believe in pizza and good deals. Enjoy 2 large one-topping pizzas for only $24.65, VAT inclusive. Call us downtown at 352-9191 or East Sunrise Highway, 373-8500 to order your 2 delicious Pizza Hut pizzas with your favorite toppings. Available for dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. Order 2 large one-topping pizzas at Pizza Hut Freeport today.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Danico Nesbitt, and welcome to Health Bites, where each and every week we give you helpful tips to help you on your health and fitness journey. Today's episode is for the guys. We have 3 natural herbs that's going to help with your everyday energy, performance in both the bedroom and everyday life. Listen up. Herb number 1 is maca, and maca is a root plant extract from the Andes Mountain. And what it's going to do is going to increase your fertility, increase your libido, your drive, and it's also going to increase your sperm motility. So if you are trying to have kids, it's going to help that be more effective. It's also good for everyday energy and mood. Maca. Number 2 is ashwagandha. This is really popular. It has a whole host of benefits. Benefit number 1 is it's going to increase your testosterone production, which we know is going to help with building muscle, help with more energy, better sex drive, all the above. It also is going to increase your nitrous oxide production, which is going to help increase blood flow all throughout your body. Another benefit, which is key in these times, is that it's also an immune booster. So it's also going to increase your immune health. Ashwagandha is also taken by people who have trouble sleeping or resting. Take it close to bedtime. It's going to help you have a more restful sleep and put you to sleep faster. Ashwagandha. And last but not least, we have Panax ginseng, which is known as the king of herbs. Panax ginseng is also going to increase your energy. It's going to also help to relax your muscles, which is great for the gym. And it's going to increase blood flow as well. So when you take it, you're going to have better pumps in the gym. And also it's going to have more stamina in the bedroom as well. All these herbs are under $25, and they can be found here at the Fitness Connection, any location. Come by and check us out.
Welcome to Port in a Minute, an informative segment brought to you by the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where we update you on the latest news taking place within the Port Group of companies and our community.
The catastrophic effects of Hurricane Dorian have showed us the impact that climate change has on our island and how important it is to protect our water supply. We can all practice simple things to avoid wasting water, like turning off the faucets while brushing your teeth, running your washer only when it's full,
upgrading your toilets, or shampooing your hair while you're in the shower. Sadly, we found out that there are persons who are tampering with our wells and stealing water. This too is a very serious concern because it can possibly increase the salt levels in our water that we've worked so hard to get rid of to restore potability. Water conservation is very important. We cannot live without water, and so we must do our best to save it for ourselves and generations to come.
That was Port in a Minute, brought to you by the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Be sure to tune in next time for more updates.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Cornell Bako, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and as always, we say thank you for your support and for watching. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, former Water and Sewage Chairman Adrian Gibson being questioned by the police. An increase in salaries for teachers applauded by the Education Minister. It's the big 86th birthday for Radio Bahamas. And in sports, the national soccer team prepares for competition. The Bahamas Tonight starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Superfast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. I'm Lloyd Allen. Thank you so much for joining us. Just weeks after former Water and Sewage General Manager Albert Donaldson
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, former Water and Sewage Chairman Adrian Gibson being questioned by the police. An increase in salaries for teachers applauded by the Education Minister. It's the big 86th birthday for Radio Bahamas. And in sports, the national soccer team prepares for competition. The Bahamas Tonight starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Superfast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. I'm Lloyd Allen. Thank you so much for joining us. Topping news, just weeks after former Water and Sewage General Manager Albert Donaldson presented himself to the police for questioning, the water and sewage saga continues, this time with former Executive Chairman Adrian Gibson at the center of the scandal. Antoinette Smith leads us off.
Far from the House of Assembly, former Water and Sewage Chairman and Member of Parliament for Long Island, Adrian Gibson, found himself here at the Central Detective Unit in police custody.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander confirming to press that the Long Island MP turned himself in for questioning in relation to an ongoing investigation involving the utility corporation. The surrender comes mere weeks after police allegedly seized several rental vehicles in Long Island believed to be linked to the former chairman. Mere months before that, in 2021, Gibson was under scrutiny for several water and sewage payments totaling over $500,000 to companies reportedly owned by people he knew. Among them, the company of a woman he was once engaged to and had a shared bank account with, as well as a close relative. Now we're told that someone involved in Gibson's election campaign was sought by police for questioning over their involvement in contracts issued by the corporation under Gibson. The former WSC General Manager, Elwood Donaldson, was also invited and questioned by law authorities. Police had invited Gibson to come in, however, he was off the island, and he dismissed the rumors as false and simply an organized mafia campaign. Coming to his aid, F&M party leader Michael Pintard, who just 2 weeks ago called the probe nothing but a targeted attack. This was dismissed by Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, who said his administration was not on a political witch hunt, unlike the previous administration, saying witch hunting is not their modus operandi. We talked to the current Water and Sewage Chairman, Sylvanus Petty, on the matter, and this is what he had to say.
The investigation is ongoing. We left it in the capable hands of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and we're just waiting on the conclusion of the investigation.
It is also confirmed that the MP presented to the Central Detective Unit with lawyers Ramona Farquharson and Ellsworth Johnson in tow. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Antoine Smith.
And more details are being offered of individual segments coming out of the government's budget presentation yesterday. During the weekly press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister today, the Economic Affairs Minister fielded more specific questions concerning assigned increases. Carla Palmer reports.
From $210 a week, the minimum wage is expected to increase as much as $40. And for someone like Mr. Pierre, who's been making that salary for more than 23 years as a security guard at a local school here in New Providence, it's good news. When we interviewed him back in April this year, he was ashamed to show his face and disgusted by his circumstance. Things have not changed, at least not as yet.
I think what's wrong about it is that I still making that $210. And certain times you can't even pay your light bill, you can't even pay your rent. They saying, oh, you gotta wait on the budget. But now, I just like I on the wait, keep waiting.
Now come July, Pierre and others like him in a situation will have their living conditions improved, as the government has indicated in its 2022-2023 budget to increase the minimum wage commencing in July. Not only is that good news for persons in the public sector, but those in the private sector should also jump for joy, as they too will experience this financial increase. Just a day after the budget is made public, Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, says this.
There is what is called a tripartite council, which is a collaboration between the government, the labor segment, which is represented by the labor unions, and as well the employers, who are represented by the Bahamas Employment Confederation. And so what they do is they collaborate and they get together, and then they make suggestions to the government on what the quantum should be and what the timing should be. And I understand that they are very close to making that presentation to the government. So yes, that's a long way to say yes. It is the intention. Of course, the government can control what it does in the public sector and through its collaboration in the tripartite council as well. So we expect that to follow shortly after, ideally perhaps even at the same time.
According to Alkidas, timing of a minimum increase is a non-issue. As for some factions, the timing will always be off.
You just enunciated several things, coming out of the COVID, inflation, whatever. The fact of the matter is, for some people, there will never be the right time to do it. But again, the other fact of the matter is, the cost of living is going up, and we need to bring that relief. And so we hear that, But the fact of the matter is, if it wasn't COVID, unfortunately, some people would always find a reason not to do it. But frankly, at the levels that the minimum wage is at now, people cannot live. So it is something that has to happen.
Halkitis confirmed that livable wage is also part of the discussion.
That is a commitment to move towards. That is something that will happen gradually. The Ministry of Labour, through its Decent Work program, is doing a lot of work in that area. That is aspirational to move towards. I think I know the nearer term objective is to have the increase in the minimum wage, which will bring that relief.
While Senator Halkitis says very few public servants are on minimum wage, for each person living the experience, it's their story to tell of whether the additional funds afford them to do more in their lives, and each are appreciative. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Well, thanks a lot, Carla. Teaching and nursing are two essential professions in the Bahamas. In fact, for years, there continues to be a critical need for specialist teachers, and for decades, the country continues to experience a brain drain in the nursing profession, leading to a shortage. Well, just yesterday, during the 2022-2023 budget presentation in the House of Assembly, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis noted the government's plan to begin mitigating the problem.
Subject to agreement with the various unions, Madam Speaker, we have also provided funding to increase the salary of teachers. Yes. Well, that's not all, Madam Speaker. We're not stopping. We have provided funding to increase the salary of teachers, but we have also provided funding to pay what I call a retention bonus to teachers and nurses.
Now, an increase in salary for teachers has been a long time coming, with the Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, expressing her full support for the move announced by Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis as part of the government's budget. Hannah Martin says the increase is well-deserved.
I was very, very elated to hear that the compensation for teachers will be increased in any shape or form. I think that as we move forward, we would have a more coordinated look at the compensation of teachers, and that's something we're looking at now, including the career path for teachers. But as a first impetus, I was really, really, really happy because it is well-deserved and long overdue.
And Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Obadiah Welchcombe, is welcoming a permanent 50% increase to social assistance compared to pre-pandemic levels outlined by Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis as part of the 2022-2023 budget, and says it is something his department has advocated for. Non-governmental organizations will also see a 10% increase in subventions. With a large number of Bahamians impacted for various reasons, from the COVID-19 pandemic to Hurricane Dorian and inflation, he says the effort is intended to bring some relief. While he says there is more that government can do, the ministry hopes to serve people on a higher level with the reintroduction of the RISE program, which the Promise program is part of.
It's intended to cause for the dignity to return, where Bahamians don't have to stand on long lines and won't have to be as if they're begging for some assistance. We're opposed to that, and that's going to stop. But more importantly, it's also an effort to move our people away from being dependent to be independent. And now we can effectively monitor their contribution to improvement, their contribution to bettering their lives, and we can help them along the way. A part of what we're going to do as well is we're going to have a transition phase in the program, which means that you might enter the program unemployed, but within a 3-4 month period, we're seeking to have employment for you, and then we'll allow for you to be assisted by social service until we're able to allow you to move on because you've been able to get your job opportunity and sustain yourself.
Meantime, Economic Affairs Minister, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, responding to comments from opposition leader, the Honorable Michael Pintard, who charged that the Davis administration did not explain how high the level of borrowing will impact line items in the 2022-2023 national budget. Pintard also suggested that the government's fiscal plan does not address the cost of living crisis Bahamians are now facing. Minister Halkitis strongly disagrees.
No, I think he's dead wrong, because the fact of the matter is, the issue that has been exercising Bahamians is the cost of living, specifically the cost of food. There's been a vigorous debate about, the decision of the government to eliminate the zero rating on bread basket items, and that has been a bully pulpit for the opposition. So it's a bit of, a puzzle there to, number one, criticize the government for not doing enough. And then on the other hand, criticize the government for to say you will not be able to meet your revenue targets. And then on the third hand, if you had a third hand, to say, well, you're going to borrow all this money. We think that this budget brings significant relief.
And still to come in the Bahamas tonight, ZNS Radio celebrating its 86th anniversary. Details of that and more after the break.
They say that when it hits you, it hits you. A feeling so strong that it's impossible not to give into. A juicy piece of KFC to feel elevated by the aroma and to free fall into its exciting flavor. Some call it love, attraction, desire. We call it KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Keisha, what you saying, girl?
Man, Tony, you scared me.
Oh, they scared.
How this pandemic treating you? You working yet?
After all this time with no vaccine, no job, I had to do something.
Oh, so that's why you finally get your vaccine.
Man, I had to do what I had to do. Now I telling everyone get your vaccine. So you been good?
Yeah, man. I get my vaccine. I working, doing my little nail thing on the side. You know.
Solid. So when we getting out though?
Sweet boy, you couldn't handle us then, and you can't handle us now.
Wow. That's how you can do me, Keisha?
All right, Mr. Big Boss Tony. Stay safe.
You too, Keisha.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by WHO, Canada, and U.S. Aid.
Switch for better when you move your mortgage to Scotiabank.
Leave behind that old mortgage plan and open the door to a low interest rate. No payments for up to 2 months and cash back of 2.5% of the mortgage amount up to US $10,000. And guess what? It gets better. Apply for your Scotiabank credit card and enjoy a low 9.99% introductory rate for the first 6 months. Switch for better and upgrade your mortgage today with Scotiabank. Offer ends June 30th, 2022.
One lifetime together as husband and wife will start May 29th at the Bahamas Bridal Show at Grand Hyatt, Bahamar. 40 exciting exhibits, fashion show, food and champagne sampling, and $30,000 in prizes will help you prepare for the walk down the aisle. Register now to make a wish at buttonsformalwear.com. Tickets $50 at Template on Jerome Avenue and Buttons Formal Wear in Cable Beach. The 32nd Annual Bahamas Bridal Show, 2 p.m., Sunday, May 29th.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited. If it's healthcare, it's here.
Family Island communities to benefit significantly from several of the government's initiatives outlined in the 2022-2023 budget. Prime Minister Davis reiterating some of those plans for the development of solar and renewable energy on the Family Islands. He addressed local government practitioners at a conclave at Breezes Resort, Cable Beach on Wednesday. Desmond Saunders reports.
The government carrying out its solar and renewable energy program to the Family Islands. Prime Minister Philip Davis telling Family Island administrators and local government practitioners that they will be on the front line in leading this initiative.
This weekend,
a team of government officials and a representative from the IDB Bank will conduct technical assessments for the installation of solar photovoltaic systems for public buildings on rooftops or ground mounters in Inagua, Acklands, Crooked Island, Maguana, and Long Key.
The technical assessments being led by members of the Project Execution Unit and key stakeholders in the Ministry of Finance.
These technical assessments in family island communities will continue so each practitioner will be affected and fully engaged in this energy reform initiative. This transformative initiative is contained in my government's economic plan and blueprint to provide renewable and solar energy for the country, thereby reducing the country's resilience on fossil fuel by 30% by 2030.
Prime Minister told stakeholders to embrace the 21st century changes.
The government has begun the legislative process that will govern how we will leverage and monetize our natural resources to receive carbon credits and protect the environment. We must do our part to arrest rising sea levels around our islands. These policy measures are significant for local government practitioners and family island administrators because much of our natural resources in the blue and green economies exist in and around family islands.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Desmond Saunders.
Alive is making technology more accessible to the disabled community with the launch of its Alive Connect program at the Stapleton School Thursday. Company CEO John Gomez says community and technology are two important pillars for the company. He says because the company recognized that the disabled community was being underserved, it wanted to do what it could through Alive Connect to increase access to technology.
This is what we are so focused on, to make sure that from using the Alive platform, using the technology. Earlier this year, there was a team of ourselves who traveled to Barcelona. We went to one of the world's largest, sorry, not one, but the largest telecommunications conference. And one of the things that was high on our agenda as a top priority is to meet with the different manufacturers, the vendors there, to find out what is happening and what new and exciting stuff that they're doing to enable from an educational perspective that we can use and bring back to make sure that we can then take and use in our technology platform to help people in this particular part of the community.
Minister of Education, Technology and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, as well as Minister of Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Obadiah Wilchcomb, also attended the launch ceremony where they lauded Alive for being a good corporate citizen and a friend to the disabled community.
The alignment being launched today not only brings a focus to equitable and inclusive education, but creates in a most material way the technological access to fulfill this objective.
It's incredible that you are redefining corporate citizenship. Usually corporate citizenship has a lot to do with what individuals seek for themselves. Very often we find companies that put themselves in the forefront, but it's for a very good photograph. But what you're doing is you're putting others in the front. You're allowing for individuals who have challenges to now have opportunities.
In other news, the Bahamas Agricultural Health and Food Safety Authority, along with the Centers for Disease Control and the Food and Drug Administration, are equally concerned about the Salmonella contamination linked to certain Jif peanut butter products. The tasty spread was recalled after several persons fell ill in the United States. Here at home, the authority has urged residents to throw out any contaminated products which have been identified with codes between 127-4425 and 214-0425, which appear alongside the best if used by date. Director of Food and Safety and Quality, Dr. Patricia Johnson, is urging residents not to take the recall lightly.
Children eat a lot of peanut butter, and so young children are at risk. You have elderly people who are at risk. Pregnant women are very much at risk, and those who have an immunocompromised health system. So people, for example, with cancer or severe illnesses, other severe types of illnesses. They are extremely vulnerable. Okay, and of course, if you would have consumed this product and you start to feel ill, some of the symptoms can be nausea, vomiting, cramps, and what have you. Until the FDA and the CDC advises otherwise, this investigation is open, it's fluid. Persons are advised to take it seriously.
Now, Dr. Johnson says BAHFSA is continuing to monitor the situation.
We have not heard any instances of any cases related to the consumption of this product. We have been in touch with the outbreak task force. That is a group that is formed between BAFTA and the Ministry of Health Surveillance Unit, as they would surveil any illnesses within the public. And so they have not reported any illnesses thus far, thank goodness. And of course, this product has a shelf life of 2 years on the shelf. So we really urge persons to check their cupboards to make sure that this product is not there. And if it is, throw it out.
And on to a lighter note, 86 years and growing. Today, ZNS Radio celebrates 86 years on the airwaves. The theme, Then, Where We Are Now, and the Future. Over the years, ZNS Radio has proven a key element of Bahamian culture and history after launching back in 1936 as the first to broadcast across the country. Today, that celebration highlighted through a special edition of Speak Up Bahamas, a blast from ZNS Radio broadcast past, hosted by Chairman Picewell Forbes. This followed by festivities to usher in the milestone.
That's Radio 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, the national voice of the Bahamas, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better. And we now bring you a special edition of the talk show Speak Up, featuring the hometown boy, our chairman, Picewell Forbes.
Radio show Speak Up Bahamas finds new life through a special edition today, hosted by ZNS Executive Chairman Picewell Forbes, better known as the hometown boy. Prior to the show, as always, Forbes prepped his guest, including State Minister for Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover Roll. It was literally a walk down memory lane. Technical staff also making sure to recreate a feel of the show entrenched in the history of the corporation. Forbes adds, as ZNS advances, the goal is to expand bigger and better.
ZNS is the home. We're transforming the place. We're going to be getting about some $2 to $4 million of investment infrastructure in the corporation in the next fiscal year. And we look to expand into the Exomas, having a station in Exoma, like we have in Grand Bahama. So the corporation must expand. We must have different platforms and planks. So we look forward to new developments and also, once again, extending MOUs to the Turks and Caicos Islands, which is a part of us culturally and also as a family.
The executive chairman so reflected on the early days of radio.
When we heard that sound, dun-dun-dun-dun, Julian Reed wasn't born yet. That means news was coming on. I got heaven on my mind, don't you know I want to go. That means my gates in the crusade is a Sunday school time. Lord have mercy. ZNS Radio not only covers the country, but also does it effectively. Homecoming, regattas, whatever's happening out there on our various platforms. Today is a special day we celebrate, and I'm glad to be back home, and I want to say thanks to the Prime Minister for giving me this opportunity to be here today.
And as we're getting back in the chair, Forbes says he literally had jitters.
And so when I got the microphone or the lights came on, my nerves kind of set in. But when I got on the roll and we started talking about Family Island people and people, that's my kind of thing. So this is my only love. It's been the corporation. My only job has been here at the corporation. Coming from a production assistant up the line very quickly, going off to university, returning after my master's study, and coming back as a DGM, and now to be executive chairman. So ZNS is the home.
Speak Up Bahamas guest, the Honorable Pia Glover Roll, shared her experience.
So it was very exciting, very nostalgic. Used to listening to Chairman Picewell Forbes, the hometown boy on our radio, not only here in New Providence, but even as we visited the Family Island. So very nostalgic moment, great walk down memory lane. And I always say, remember where you came from in order to know where you're going. So it was a great moment of reflection, understanding how radio has evolved in the Bahamas, where we are now, and looking forward to the future.
Festivities also continued following the show with a special selection from the Police Pop Band and cake cutting celebrating 86 years. The executive chairman walking away with the first slice. And happy 86th birthday, ZNS Radio. We'll take a break at this time. On the other side, there's more news.
is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
Sometimes you need to make a classic move. That's why for all of life's moments, there's one classic credit card. Experience cashless purchasing power and chip and pin security with your RBC Visa Classic credit card. Manage your day-to-day expenses as well as life's little surprises. Apply today at rbc.com/Caribbean/Visa Classic and enjoy 1 year's free membership. Conditions apply.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind. You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Discover the possibilities.
Discover the possibilities.
Discover the possibilities.
I discovered the possibilities.
I discovered the possibilities.
Time to save with a new perspective, where the focus is on values and principles, and people are just as important as profits, where we believe in democracy and equality, and your vote counts, where profits are shared with our members, who are also our owners, to ensure that by working together, we all win, where education of our members and training our staff are one of our highest priorities, where we serve our members' needs through continued cooperative initiatives because of our concern for the communities in which we live. Join more than 40,000 Bahamians who have made the smarter choice. Join the movement. Join a credit union. People helping people to help themselves.
Saying goes, it was so nice we had to do it twice. And this bodes true for Princeton University, as a week ago, faculty, students, and parents participated in a redo of the class of 2020's graduation exercise. It was also a proud moment for valedictorian Nicholas Johnson and his parents, who were beaming with pride as he gave his speech for a second time. Here's LaDon Davis.
I want to start off by thanking all the friends and families who made the trip and made the time to be here today. It is so special for us graduates to share this moment with you, with the people who supported us, who believed in us, and who continue to be such a big part of our lives.
On May 18th, among 1,000 plus graduates and 100 faculty members, valedictorian Nicholas Johnson made a second speech since the first given virtually in 2020. Johnson, a Bahamian with roots buried deep in Cat Island, was thrilled to receive this honor from one of the top universities in the United States.
The honor of being Princeton's first Black valedictorian is very dear to me. And I wish to open doors for others in the same way that doors have been so graciously opened for me by Black leaders and other mentors throughout my life. Like many of you, today marks my first return to campus in more than 2 years. And in the time since I was last here, I've thought a lot about our time at Princeton and what it meant to me and what it meant to us. Those 24 months have acted as a filter on my memories, magnifying the most impactful experiences while obfuscating others. And in its wake, this filtering has left a refined appreciation of how special our 4 years at Princeton truly were.
Johnson says his Princeton experience not only prepared him to lead, but expanded his critical thinking and helped him, along with his class, to overcome many obstacles.
During the ensuing global health crisis and time of renewed, heightened national and international dialogue on the topic of race, we stepped up as a class. We maintained and continued to build our community. We supported one another through grief, heartache, and distress. And ultimately, we persevered in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. And look at us now. In a few moments, we will leave campus for the first time through Fitzrandolph's gates.
His parents, Dexter and Anita Johnson, were more than excited to finally see their son Nicholas and his classmates graduate and to hear him speak on stage. Princeton's graduation ceremony included the recognition of 2020 honorary degree recipients like Ray Chambers, Robin Roberts, and Frances Arnold. Incidentally, Nicholas's sister, Anastasia, also graduated on the same day from Columbia University in New York City with a master's degree in journalism. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Inspiring story there, LaDawn. Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them.
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Heard about the new customs app that's making customs simple?
It's called Exempt, and it's now available for download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Here's how Exempt works. First, create an account. Next, scan your passport information. Then, select C-17 form accompanied baggage. Enter your travel information. Calculate duty, and finally, choose to either submit to customs or prepay duties via debit or credit card prior to arrival and present your mobile passport QR code to the customs officer. It's as simple as that. Exempt, making customs and travel simple.
Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Sad story here. Investigations underway into a suspected suicide over in Long Island. Officers were called to a home in Stella Maris shortly after 8 o'clock Wednesday morning. There, they were directed to a shed where they found the body of an Asian adult female hanging from the rafters with a rope around her neck. Officers examined the body, searching for vital signs, but the victim was unresponsive. The victim was then pronounced dead by the local medical practitioner, and the coroner was also informed. Police are awaiting an identification from next of kin and an autopsy report to determine the exact cause of her death. In Family Island, administrators and local government stakeholders in the capital for a week-long conclave at the Breezes Resort. Leaders from various Family Island communities meeting to harness new skills and address critical issues within local government. Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Local Government, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, outlining several plans to reform the local government sector.
There are 2 consultants who are former directors who were contractually hired to assist in the evolution of local government. One will be domiciled in Grand Bahama with responsibilities for the Northern Bahamas, and the other resides in New Providence with responsibility for the Central and the Southern Bahamas. We will learn from their experience, their wealth of knowledge, and public consultation.
And it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Oh, good evening, Lloyd. Outside of our studios, we have just a few clouds. Temperature at 82 degrees. The relative humidity 69%. Winds out of the east-southeast at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,018.4 millibars. That is 30.07 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 82 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greentoll, Key, Abaco, Marshall, Abaco at 81 degrees. 81 also in the Berry Islands, Allenstown, Bimini, 83, 81 in Harper Island, Rock, San Lutra, 83, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp's Bay, St. Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros, all at 82 degrees. Out of town, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rumkey and Georgetown Exuma reporting 83. 83s extend into Ragged Island, Clarence-Town, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megwana, 82. Acklands, 82. Matitania, Nagua, 84. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Towel King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwest and central islands tonight through Friday, which is tomorrow, southeasterly flow can be expected. The speeds around 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide takes place at 35 minutes past midnight with a high tide at 6:25 tomorrow morning. In the southeast, Bahamas through Friday, easterly flow 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So caution flags are in place for the southeast Bahamas through Friday. And then on Saturday, for all areas, the winds become southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. So we'll do away with all the caution flags on Saturday. High tide 7:10 in the morning with a low tide at 1:16 in the afternoon. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
My name is Nalia Duncan Forbes. I work within the healthcare industry, and I am fully vaccinated. When I hear the word COVID-19, what first comes to mind is global pandemic. I do think my experience with COVID-19 would have been different if I was already vaccinated at the time that I had gotten COVID-19. I had moderate symptoms, and it was not fun. I wouldn't want it again. That was also a big driving factor in me getting vaccinated. Even though I was the one that was sick when I contracted COVID-19, everyone in my family was worried. I don't like putting my family in a position where they are afraid or scared. I definitely got vaccinated for them. Talk to your healthcare providers and get vaccinated. The time is now.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your home, so let's tidy up those finances. Sunshine Finance can help you sweep up your bills, declutter your budget, toss out your debt with a realistic consolidation plan, and plan ahead for that home or car you've always dreamed of. Contact us at apply@sunshinefinanceltd.com, and we'll have you walking on sunshine in no time. Sunshine Finance, we're your leader in private lending.
If you like a hearty, meaty burger, the A1 Steakhouse King at Burger King Nassau has it all. With flame-grilled beef, lots of bacon, cheese, and crispy onions on a sesame seed bun, the only thing that can top this is the tangy flavor of A1 steak sauce. The Steakhouse King is a meat lover's dream, and with an ice-cold Pepsi and hot fries, it's all you need to fill your day. Get your A1 Steakhouse King as a combo or part of the new King's Feast, only at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
We elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate, elevate, we elevate.
Listen carefully and you can hear the roaring of our Magical Moments reading tour and feel the enthusiasm from our latest stop here at the Sadie Curtis Primary School. Being back face-to-face has really sent our excitement level to a fevered pitch. So we at BTC are delighted to join these students and their teacher, Ms. Weir, to emphasize to students all across the country and to all of you that reading is fundamental.
As the saying says, reading takes you all around the world. And with our students, not just in my class, but the entire Sadie Curtis body, we encourage them to bring reading materials from home. If they do not have that at home, we have a library that is fully functioning, that is actually even now digitalized, okay? It's digital. And we encourage our students to read every day.
So tell us, why do you like reading?
Because there's lots of activities and you can learn more from books.
Well, why is reading important?
To help you learn how to spell and read.
Mr. Litwick found a new steering wheel on the internet, but he couldn't afford it. So Ralph and Vanderloo blasted into the internet to get the steering wheel on eBay before Sugar Rush was gone forever.
It has been said many times before that if you can't read, you're less likely to succeed. So join us and our friends here at Sadie Curtis, and right after you're done watching this, not a moment before, turn off the tube, find a book, and get lost in it. After all, these are the magical moments that move us. I'm Corval Pyfrom. Be well, and be back here next BTC Connection.
Attention customers, next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete confusion and chaos throughout the entire Bahamas. Water, phone, and internet services will be in short supply. Definite data loss is expected to all local and family island businesses.
Disasters? Don't plan ahead, but you can. Don't wait. Make a plan with Bahamas Cloud. Safe, secure, and reliable service. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
AID has everything you need and more to complement your home's decor. Luxurious bamboo bath towels, face towels from $1.25 and bath towels from $5.45. Shower curtains from $2.54 and organizers in stylish finishes. Bath mat sets from $7.27 in a multitude of styles and colors. Bed sheet sets from $9.95 and 7-piece comforter sets from $49.95. Doormats from $1.93 with matching runners and hundreds of area carpets. Sofa covers from $19.95, plain and crushed sheer curtains from $5.25 and thousands of panels to choose from. Blinds from $7.02 and curtain rods from $2.89. Ceramic and porcelain dishes, tablecloths, napkins, placemats, utensils, and more. A wide selection of drinking glasses, including elegant stemware, candle holders, vases, and crystal. Full-size mirrors, decorative pictures, and picture frames. AID, Wolf Road, and the Mall at Marathon open late and on Sundays to serve your decorating needs. AID, all you really need and more.
This segment of the news is presented by Sands, the truly Bahamian beer.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening. Welcome to Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Our senior men's national soccer team working out daily at the Roscoe Davies Field in preparation for their Nation Cup games. Head coach is Nestle Jean, and he will be assisted by Kevin Davies.
We've been training now for the past, I'd say, 6 months. Preparation is going well. There's some up days and down days, but the guys have been working hard. Lately, we've been ramping up the intensity, and the guys have been, very, very focused in training. We are kind of pleased. Coaches, we're not always pleased for the most part, but we're pleased with what we see from the team. We play here, St. Vincent and Grenadines on June 3rd. Travel to Trinidad. We play them on the 6th. And we come back home. We play Nicaragua on the 10th, and then we leave the next day to go to Nicaragua. We play them on the 13th. It's going to be tough. A lot of ice baths, a lot of stretching, getting into the water, do some pool work, a lot of muscle recovery activities, just to, so we can stay limber and ready to go.
A tough schedule. Game plan adapts from game to game.
We're putting together the final tactics, formations, and the way we want to play. I'm not going to let that cat out of the bag, but those are some of the things that we're working on.
Happy with the fitness game plan at where we are at this point?
We're happy with the fit. The team is pretty fit. We've been working on fitness pretty much every week. We work on fitness. And game prep is going well. We still have some things we need to polish off, but those are the things we're going to work on now in these final days.
As for the makeup of this team?
We have a very young team. I'd say the average age of our team is about 23, 24. So we have a pretty good mix of veteran players and a pretty good mix of some young players that probably see action maybe for the first time. We have a pretty good mix of keepers. They're all pretty young. Julio, who is the oldest one, I think he's 23, 24. We have a couple of 19-year-olds and an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old. So we're pretty young. And they're doing well, progressing, and I think they'll be ready for the games.
The B3 is with a very busy year left as well. Most track and field fans are questioning whether or not there will be a nationals this year.
We will have our nationals that will start June 24th, ending June 26th. What's important about this event is that this will be the first time we would have included the youth program into the whole national track and field championships. It's been 3 years now since we've not had a primary school nationals. And that's always been a feeder program for a lot of high schools to try to identify new and upcoming talent. So we've been without that, and that was an invaluable source for us. And so we're excited about having a youth program that will complement the junior and senior nationals. Whenever you have kids involved, parents and family members come out. And so I think that it's an inspirational kind of environment that we want to create, where we can integrate both the youth program with the junior and senior nationals, where we have a combination of young people competing alongside the older group. So you can see a 12-year-old running within the same program as a Shawnee Miller or Stephen Gardner. So I think that that's exciting for trying to evolve our program into something that people can follow in the long term.
Araj Anu hit a ninth-inning tie-breaking home run as the Kentucky Wildcats became the first 12th-seeded team in Southeastern Conference tournament history to win a game. They knocked off Auburn Tigers 3-1, and Anu finished 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Now Kentucky will face LSU this evening in the second round of the SEC tournament. Roadmasters Running Club competing recently at the Brooklyn Marathon. Among them was Tony Longley, Club Public Relations Officer.
From our group, we had about 15. I think there were about 2 or 3 other Bahamians who we're aware were there, but we don't know them. So we had about 15 from our group.
The highlight of their trip was an appearance on today's show.
That was in our plans to begin with. And it all came together nicely because it turns out that Al Roka also ran the half marathon. So when he saw us there with our shirts and our medals, he got very excited. He went back into the studio, got his medal, and came back out to celebrate with us. So that was fantastic. There were 18,000 runners in this event.
DeAndre Ayton has yet to speak publicly since the Phoenix Suns' second-round exit in the NBA playoffs, in which he played limited minutes. Team's general manager, James Jones, however, addressed Ayton's upcoming free agency status.
I mean, DeAndre had a great season, a really productive season. I think across the board, you look at what he did, he improved. And, that's a testament to him and the hard work. And, that's what you expect from a player of his caliber. As far as free agency and those things, we'll address them at the proper time. That's a time that happens in July, the end of June. But we want to continue to keep our consistency, our continuity, and keep the guys that we have and continue to help those guys improve. That's a part of the business. As your team improves, typically your payroll increases. We're not here to, we're focused on improving the team, and those guys they deserve the credit, they deserve the accolades and financial rewards that come with being good players and productive players. So
hopefully they can get that all sorted out. And that's going to put a wrap on Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need, a great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products, saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
To be the best, world-class athletes depend on a live to stay connected. We are committed to promoting Bahamian excellence locally and on an international stage. With hundreds of thousands of people depending on us, we must be a strong, fast, and flexible network. With speeds as fast as Joanna and plans as flexible as Donald, there's a plan suitable for everyone starting as low as $1 a day. With our Freedom Plan, choose the way you want to be connected with a 1-day or 7-day Freedom Plan. With our 30-day Liberty Plans, choose the right bundle of talk, text, and data. And for postpaid, we've got Liberty bundles loaded with talk, text, data, and even roaming included. Alive's hard-working network was built for hard-working people. No matter your goal, we have a plan that you can depend on. We are Alive.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Wednesday marked the official opening of Local Government Week. Government officials, along with local government practitioners, packed the Breezers Ballroom as Prime Minister Philip Davis and Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, Clay Sweeting, took the stage. Sweeting reassuring practitioners that it is a great time to be in local government, especially now with a projected $200 million expected to be pumped into Family Island communities, according to the Prime Minister's budget communication. Sweeting revealing that his ministry has a strategic plan to positively impact those communities.
And I have directed the Department of Local Government to establish a Family Island help desk. Initially, there will be 3 sub-offices in Inagua, the South, Eleuthera for